there, dear friends, and thank you for stopping by to watch another one of our videos. Now, today we're going to deconstruct some of the things that Expat Taffy's talking about, and one of the things is these shadows here that are all going in different directions because there's another light source being used. And what about this way up there in the sky there, eh? Oh, a blue beam up there as well. Now, friends, this is not possible if that was the real moon now, is it there, eh? I don't think so, and neither does anybody else that's got any common sense. But I don't want you to take my word for it. Let's just have a listen to what Expat Taffy has to say about this, alright, friends? So, without further ado, take it away, Expat Taffy!
And what about this one, Slackass? When you commented on yourself before I showed you the errors, you claimed this was a good photo of the Earth taken from the moon. And when brightened up and enlarged, look what we've got. We've got a 10-sided Earth cut out with the scissors and pasted onto a black background. And you think that was genuine taken from the moon?
Good God Almighty, I have seen everything now. A 10-sided Earth. Look at this now, eh? What a joke. And NASA's trying to pawn this off as reality? I don't think so, and neither does anybody else. You got it. That's got any common sense. But the thing is that Expat Taffy has been knocked real bad about that stroke of his. That's a big no-no, picking on people that have medical conditions.
Oh, you've been very, very obsessed with that stroke of mine, haven't you, Slackass? Yes. Thanks for Thailand. Suffered a stroke, and within 15 minutes, I was in hospital having the correct treatment. More than can be said for the UK, where it takes 2 hours for an ambulance to come, and then laying on a trolley in the corridor for 24 hours before you see a doctor. Now, Slackass, perhaps you can explain to everybody why you are so obsessed with me having a stroke.
That's right, Slackass. Tell us all why you keep picking on Expat Taffy's stroke. And I'll tell you the reason why you're doing it. It's because you got no more cards left in your deck, and you're dealing the very last card from the bottom, and you have nowhere else to go. That's why you're picking on his stroke. And another thing you're doing is you're picking on all of his medical conditions like cataracts and everything else. Now what the hell does that got to do with moon hoax now, eh? Oh, what does it have to do with Apollo? It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Apollo. So go stop bringing that up now, or right there, you crazy NASA-litical numbskull, because you've got nothing left to say. That's the only reason why. And one last thing, you're also using it to make it look like Expat Taffy has lost his mind. But in reality, it's you lot that have lost your cotton-picking minds, because if you had any common sense, you'd stop doing this now, wouldn't you there? Isn't that right, Slackass? So, now that I've said my little spiel here, let's get on with the moon hoax and just take apart all your bullshit, alright there? Right, now let's get on with it. Next, please.
There you are, Slackass. Proof that you're an idiot. Just 3 photos on. And what have we got here? AS11-40-5950. And brighten it up. And look what we've got. What a wacky sky we've got. We've obviously got a curtain, a square pattern curtain, and it's got not white stars but green stars. And you think that's the sky from the moon.
Boy, oh boy, does the sky look real different today now. Oh boy, I thought the stars were white, not green like this. Oh my dear God, I've seen everything now. Oh brother, not only that, but this here lamb's all glowing green too. Oh my God, green. Oh boy, boy, what is this? I guess the Green Lantern must have stopped by here. Oh, these guys, how they can believe this crap, I'll never understand it. Never understand it. But if you think that's good, oh, just wait till you see the next picture. But just before that, I'm going to show you something. Now, just because Apollo is fake, I'm just going to show you how the mass media does it, just by showing you this little clip here. Now pay attention there, friends, because I don't want it to sneak by you now, alright? So let's just roll that little clip and compare what the media's got to say about a lot of things. And then think about this here picture right over here when you're watching it, alright? So let's get on with that and see what they got to say about this.
Reporting via satellite with Nancy Grace, who seemed to be in the same parking lot in Phoenix.
This is a Scud. You can tell it by its distinctive label. Now, when the missile is launched, the first thing you look for is the plume sticking out behind it. Now, when you detect this, you can tell it's been launched. Thank you.
Graffiti on it? Yeah, show me graffiti.
Larry King show or bust. Je suis un journaliste américain. Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Oh, I love this country so much.
Continued defiance of the community of nations presents a challenge which must be addressed.
Presents a challenge which must
The
be
member for
addressed.
Grindler.
It is inherently
dangerous to
Mr.
allow
Speaker,
a country such as
to
Iraq
allow a country such as Iraq to retain weapons, of mass destruction,
particularly
in the light
past aggressive
of
behavior.
its past aggressive behavior.
Don't worry, be happy.
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 So, dear friends, don't worry, be happy. You should be happy because Apollo is going to be going down the drain along with its slack-ass character now. Isn't that right, friends? And speaking of women over here, hey, now this is what Slackass is doing, right? He's starting to use women's voices in his videos. And this woman over here, she kind of reminds me of that Joanne Evans, and you want to know why? Because her mouth is always open and there's nothing coming out of it. Oh, it certainly is there, friends. And I think you can all get the point here. What I'm trying to say is that all these television shows get the same script and it's all passed about and purchased and repurchased and shuffled about to every single country in the world. Now you kind of get the idea of what happened with Apollo, because all these dudes did was make up the same script and passed it off to the entire world's mainstream media to be reproduced and distributed all over the World Wide Web of today. Well, I think that you should all understand that now, eh? Because you see how the mainstream media has taken you all to the cleaners for all these here years, just like I've showed you. Now, how do you think Apollo could be very far behind? Isn't that right, dear friends? And that goes for that crazy cotton-picking slack-ass and that crazy rodent bunny of his. All right there, friends. Now let's get back to some more Apollo videos. And then we'll show you what else we can dig up on these crazy NASA lot now. Right? Now, let's get on with it, please.
He doesn't think about issues. He just jumps to conclusions.
Jump to conclusions? Goodness gracious, Slackass. You should have named your video the Encyclopedia of Lies. I never jump to conclusions. I use my brain to study the evidence, study the photos, detect the errors or the deliberately inserted clues, and I come to a conclusion, Slackass. Like with this photo here. Look at this photo, Slackass. AS12-47-6896. first step with this one, Slackass. It's been photoshopped. Next thing, Slackass, just look at that photo here. We've got 4 shadows and all of them are going different directions. 4 different direction shadows, Slackass. Now, how are you going to explain that? And let me show you the next photo coming up. There you are, Mr. Mentally Insane Slackass. We've now got the next photo on the film AS12-47-6897. The next photo taken, Slackass. And what's happened? All the shadows have changed direction. They're now all in the same direction as they should be. Now is that jumping to conclusions, Mr. Slackass?